Buenos noches, damas y caballeros. Welcome to another of the Vlogcaster pre-recorded vlog because by the time you will be watching this, medyo busy si Vat. So we have pre-recorded this, kaya sorry kung hindi ako makapag-participate o makabasa ng comments because I have recorded this late this afternoon. So earlier in our previous vlogs, we discussed about the possibility that we have a very weak president, a president that is afraid of the possibility of going to political war with his vice president, a president who is amid the filing of impeachment complaint led by his sons, Congressman Sandro Marcos, and by his cousin, Speaker Martin Romualdez, is now waving the white flag. Nagsusurrender na siya, hindi pa man naman nagsimula ang gera. Ito ay isang presidente na hindi pa nasimula ang impeachment hearing, naglabas na ng podcast at sinabi sa mga interviews, tigilan na natin yan, impeachment. Ayaw ko ma-impeach si Sara Duterte. Mag-reconcile na lang kami. Open ako sa reconciliation. So, in our past vlogs, we made analysis of the wrong moves of President Bongbong Marcos, who we painted to be somebody who is afraid of the vice president, somebody who knows that the vice president can create big trouble for the first family. A vice president, when she shall have escaped the arrest warrant of the ICC, could win the presidency in 2028 and thereby get back at the president by either kicking them out of the country like what happened to his father and to the Marcos family in 1986, or a vice president, when she assumes office, may actually also jail this present president, jail President Bongbong Marcos to get back at the jailing and deportation and jailing of her father, Digong Duterte, who is now serving prison time at The Hague, at the ICC prison facilities while awaiting trial for crime against humanity. So sabi natin na this is a president na hindi nire-recognize ang konstitusyon at ang constitutional duty ng senador, mga senador, kahit naging senador siya. Ito ang presidente na hindi kaya utusan, hindi kaya impluensyahan yung mga senador kahit traditionally lahat ng presidente naman ay hawak ang senador dahil sa mga pork barrel na may kontrolado ng Malacanang, ng executive department. So pero at this part of our blog, we will take the position of yung sinasabi nila devil's advocate. Kumbaga, pupunta tayo sa kabilang kampo ng argumento. Ilalagay natin ang sitwasyon natin sa isang presidente na actually ay isang chief tactician or a great political player. Palagay natin na lahat ng ginagawa ito ni President Bongbong Marcos ay isang laro lang para lituhin, para i-confuse and therefore fool the Duterte group, and buying time para manalo sila. In short, let us take the other side of the political view. Sabihin natin na talagang genius si President Bongbong Marcos. What he and Chis Escudero are doing now, they could be buying time. Bumibili lang sila ng panahon. Kasi alam nila, the numbers are not with them. In the tinan nyo, pati si Tolentino, na kahit isinama pa sa alyansa ni President Marcos, ay nagtraidor sa kanya. So nakikita talaga nila yung present composition mas delikado sa kanila. What if lahat ito ginagawa ni Chis Escudero at ni Marcos ay meron na silang plano na huwag natin muna aksyonan ang impeachment complaint. Kumbaga kaya minove ni Chis Escudero from June 2 to June 11 the formal start of the impeachment process kung saan tatanggapin nila yung mga articles of impeachment and swear and constitute the impeachment body, the impeachment court on the last day of the Senate before it adjourns to be replaced by the 20th Congress starting July 28. So what if ganun talaga ang tunay na behind the scene plano ni President Marcos? I-delay natin yan dahil talo tayo sa ngayon. Talo tayo. Hayaan na lang natin i-tackle ito ng next Congress kung saan mas nakikita niya, mas may numero siya at may fighting chance ang possible conviction of Sara Duterte in the impeachment trial. So yan ang kwan natin. Yan ang possibility, but maybe we may analyze him, or we may see him. He may give us the impression na mahina siya, but he's actually a political astute and smart political tactician. Bumibili lang siya ng panahon or buying time ngayon. Kaya dinidribble nila ang impeachment. At kahit si Senator Risa Ontiveros ay nabibiti na. Pero what if lahat ito is for show lang? Lahat ito ay strategy lang. Kasi nakikita niya na mas may fighting chance ang administrasyon, mas may hope ang administrasyon sa 20th Congress, kung saan mas dadami ang miyembro ng oposisyon, kasi papasok si Bam Aquino, papasok sa tingin rin niya, baka sa feeling niya sa kanya si Erwin Tulfo, feeling niya sa kanya si Kiko Pangilinan, feeling niya mababara nila Ping Lacson sila Jinggoy Estrada, feeling niya baka sa kanya rin si Tito Soto, baka he can also count on the support of yung iba pa like Raffy Tulfo. So malay natin, and by that time baka marami na siyang mga bagay-bagay na nagawa para i-pressure itong mga miyembro, bago at lumang miyembro ng 20th Congress na to support and pursue the impeachment of Sara Duterte. Baka paimbestigahan niya yung mga di umanong kriminalidad na sinasabi ng mga kalaban ng Iglesia ni Cristo. Baka ma-pressure niya ang Iglesia para utusan si Rodante Marcoleta na suportahan ang posisyon ng Marcos administration. So dalawa lang yan. Either he's really a weak president at matakutin na presidente, or he's really a very a genius of a political tactician like his father who was able to keep himself in power for 20 years. So, hopefully, ganyan ang senaryo, ganyan ang plano nila, ganyan ang ginagawa nila. They are buying time, stalling yung alam nila wala silang tsansa sa 19th Congress. That's why i-dribble na lang nila ito para papunta sa 20th Congress, at baka yan ang mangyayari sa June 11. So sana nga kasi na talaga galit na galit to yung mga tao, galit na galit na. Sana ganito nga ang mangyayari at hindi pa nila tuluyan patayin yan. O kung patayin man, bubuhayin ulit sa 20th Congress, kasi sabi nga ni Tol Tolentino na yung action ng 19th Congress will not bind the 20th Congress. Ibig sabihin, kahit patayin sa 19th Congress, pwede buhayin ng 20th Congress, na sasabihin doon nila Bam Aquino, nila Kiko Pangilinan, o baka sila Erwin, na hindi constitutional duty natin ito, sina Ping Lacson, yan, or baka malay natin by that time naturuan na nila magsalita itong kahit si Lito Lapid gumaling na sa debate at makipagdebate in favor of the administration, o kaya si Rafi Tulfo na hindi pa dating gaano naririnig sa mga privilege speeches, baka tuluyan nang sumuporta ito kay President. Ito mga kwan naman ito, mga kumbaga we are just giving the President the benefit of the doubt, sana nga ito ang magiging senaryo, sana nga, at we are hoping na ganito, kasi sa ngayon medyo public opinion is not really on the side of the President. At kung panoorin natin itong pahayag ni Risa Ontiveros, kahit siya pinagdududaan na talaga anong kakayahan nitong gobyerno to fulfill its constitutional duty. Pinagdududaan hindi lang si Chis Escudero, indirectly pati kay President Bongbong Marcos na rin. Kasi although sinasabi ng konstitusyon may separation of powers between the legislative, executive, and judiciary, it only exists abroad, in Europe, US, China, not China, pareho rin yan dito, Japan, South Korea. Dito hindi, yung executive talagang dinidikta kung anong gagawin ng legislative at executive o judicial branch of government. So pakinggan natin si Risa Ontiveros.
Trial. Nakakabahala na ang paulit-ulit na antala sa proseso ng impeachment trial. Buwan na ang binibilang natin. Sobra-sobra na ang paghihintay ng mga Pilipino. Let us all hope this is the last delay. While I support my colleagues in our shared sense of urgency in passing important legislation in the last days of the 19th Congress, including the landmark anti-POGO bill, we cannot postpone our constitutional obligations any longer. Any further delays in commencing the trial against Vice President Duterte would violate the Constitution, which clearly states that the Senate must forthwith proceed with an impeachment trial. Hindi kapag ready na, hindi kapag convenient, kundi shall forthwith proceed. Huwag naman sana yang baliwalain. The Supreme Court has also previously ruled that the Senate is treated as a continuing body when it comes to non-legislative functions, and those include the vital duty to sit as an impeachment court. We owe it to the Filipino people to convene as an impeachment court and begin the proceedings at the soonest possible time. Ano man ang akusasyon laban kay Vice President Duterte, karapatan ng taong bayan na malaman at mahimay ang mga ito sa pamamagitan ng isang transparent na impeachment trial. Dapat harapin na ng Senado ang lahat ng ito sa lalong madaling panahon. Nakakabahala na ang paulit-ulit na antala.
Yung mga ganitong mga statement, ganitong mga perception, hindi lang ito directed kay Cheese Escudero, kahit kay presidente na rin. After all, he is the father of the land. So sana nga tulad ng sinabi natin sa vlog natin kanina, sana on the surface the president is now appearing to be weak, afraid of Sara Duterte, pero sana nga gumagalaw na siya pa ilalim, pressuring, and lalo na yung mga kung ang plano ay dalhin ang laro sa 20th Congress, kasi medyo yun nga, kapos ang panahon at wala siyang numero. At sinabi na nga ni Bato, may 8 sila, at sinabi rin yung mga sources natin, may 11 na sila. So kung ang laro is to play the impeachment trial in the 20th Congress, not the present 19th Congress, sana ma-prove right yung analysis natin na maybe buying time lang si President Marcos, because he is not in control of the Senate this time. At kung habang yung hinintay natin yung mahabang panahon pa yung papasok yung bagong miyembro ng 20th Congress, baka maiba ang ihip ng hangin, at by that time meron na siya numero to convict Sara Duterte. So that is our contrary view, or sabi natin, nagiging devil's advocate tayo, napupunta tayo sa side kung saan we have a president who is a good strategist and tactician, working his way to win the impeachment battle laban sa mga Duterte. So let's hope for the best. Sana yan ang laro ng Malacanang. That is the game that is at play at the present time in the impeachment trial of Sara Duterte. So yan lang po ang unique analysis natin dito sa bagay na ito. I hope we are right. So thank you very much everyone for watching. Thank you very much for joining me in this pre-recorded vlog, and see you in my next vlog.